I think to scare people about the possibility of violence from march and march is irresponsible for leaders, and I'm really worried.
We are not saying march and march is promoting violence. We are saying the elements of violence where you have anarchists amongst that will want to hijack a good program. It happened in Johannesburg, and we're saying there's a huge possibility for 30th of June. We are not anarchists. We are patriots. We look after our country. We do what is best for our country. Our president, Minister Gayton McKenzie, is the most consistent politician when it comes to illegal immigration. He's never changed his tune. The Patriotic Alliance has never changed our tune. We have never abandoned the mission of Abahambe. As a matter of fact, when March and March was launched, it was our deputy president, the Honorable Kenny Kunene, that flew to Durban and joined and supported the launch. Other politicians only joined later when they saw traction. But we stood by our mission. Our members supported these marches. What our president is saying, we are still standing by our position against illegal immigration, but we will not stand for violence. When there were elements of violence reported, and there is a possibility of violence on the 30th of June, as a responsible leader, responsible for the lives of people, he went out and said, because of this possibility, we are not for violence. We stand with the position of against illegal immigration, but we're not for violence. He's been consistent with that message even before he was minister. With the July unrests, he was the one who said members of the Patriotic Alliance should not join looting. And we ended up protecting infrastructure because that's the position of our party. We are not anarchists. We are patriots. We look after our country. We do what is best for our country. And that's the spirit with which he was saying and making those remarks. We are against violence, but we maintain Abahambe.
I've never missed a single march for March and March, and those marches I've been involved in have been peaceful. So it would be incorrect for someone to suggest that March and March has been violent, because the marches I've been in, no one has been beaten up, there's been no violence, and there's been marshals on those marches. Action SA participated and even contributed, Katleho, with marshals, because we're fully part of those marches, not just go there to take pictures and talk to the media. We're fully part in the preparation of those marches, and we ensure they are peaceful. And I think also, Katleho, it's irresponsible of leaders to say when March and March and other organizations talk about the march on the 30th of June, and we start to talk about possible violence, because what Gayton is talking about is a possible violence. How to conclude to be violent? The March and March leaders have been boldly saying in the public space, in the media, that they're going to be peaceful, and they said there's no reason why anyone should be worried and feel there will be violence on the 30th of June. Now, I don't understand where this comes from. So if there is an intelligence report that maybe PA may have, they must talk about that report, but I can assure you, it doesn't come from March and March, because the leader of March and March have been clear that they won't be part of any violence. Now, I think to scare people about the possibility of violence from March and March is irresponsible for leaders, and I'm really worried that senior leaders of this country are the ones who are actually activating even those who may want to be involved in criminality and then paid it on March and March. It's unfair. As Action SA will continue to be part of peaceful protest, peaceful marches, because we believe that our country is in a disaster at the moment, and we need to save our country. And those who are here undocumented need to leave our country.
Firstly, it's no longer just Gayton, it's Minister Gayton McKenzie. As it relates to the violence, we are saying that our members supported March and March. But when they did their Joburg march, there was elements of violence. It is largely reported. And they had to deal with it. We are not saying March and March is promoting violence. We are saying the elements of violence where you have anarchists amongst that will want to hijack a good program. It happened in Johannesburg, and we're saying there's a huge possibility for 30th of June. And our president is saying, as a responsible leader, he takes responsibility for members and says for their safety. We are saying that we are for Abahambe. We support all protest against illegal immigration, but it must not be violent. What is the way? And we have been consistent as a party on all levels. In Parliament, we do it as parliamentarians and in the NCOP. On councillor level, in Utenake, we had our councillors. When Somalians wanted to join the board of a provincial hospital, it was the PA that consistently stood up against that. We went to shops. We see consistency against illegal immigration.
Right.
So we have been consistent, except Action SA has just marched. What do we do going forward? We need to allow the law to take its course. Government, now that we are at the table, we are ensuring that attention is given to illegal immigration. Let's follow the legal processes. Let's allow law enforcement to do what they have to do, Home Affairs to do what they have to do, because the GNU is on it now that the Patriotic Alliance is sitting at the table.
Therefore, you can't imagine that now you've got about 10,000 Malawians in one space. And this group of people, it was 7 initially, housed by individuals who were saying they are worried about these individuals who feel threatened. And you ask a question, who was threatening them? And no one can give an answer. Now, it was 70 people, it moved to 1,000, it moved to 3,000, moved to 7,000, now it's 10,000. Where
Sure.
they come from? Where they have been? Now, as Action SA, we strongly believe that a responsible government should have activated the special courts to process these individuals and deport them using immigration laws of this country. Because when someone is here undocumented, they already committed a crime. And according to our law, if a person has been deported and a magistrate must evaluate to ensure this person indeed have no valid reason to remain in this country, must be deported. When you are deported, then it means you can't be back in this country for at least 5 years. So
all right.
now just passing these people back to their countries.
Certainly.
Tomorrow they'll come back. They've got no money today to go back to their countries, but I can tell you they will come back next week.
All right.
Because it's cheaper to come back.